Hello, everybody. Welcome to this evening's stream on the Yogscast. My name is Alex Smith, Al Smithy. You probably already know that. If you don't, you must really hate our content. Today, we are joined by Malic. Malic, hello.
Oh, hey, how are you doing today?
There we go. So Malic specializes, I suppose you could say, in VR, in flight stuff, specifically knows a lot about Elite. And today he's going to be showing us a little bit of, I guess, the puzzles and the lore, shall we say, Malic? Is that how you want to describe it?
A little bit of that, kind of showing a little bit off of the Thargoid content in Elite Dangerous, but then just kind of discussing some of the other kind of features and the puzzles that maybe a lot of people don't realize that are actually in the game.
For sure. Like, I totally didn't know about this one. So we're doing something today which hopefully should work, where we're going to record some sounds that the aliens are making in the game, or the Thargoids are making. I don't know if we're meant to call them aliens or not. I'm not really sure. The Thargoids are making in the game. We then take that and put it into like sort of audio analysis, and then that way we can get some clues about what's going on in Elite, which is crazy. I didn't ever realize the sort of the level of puzzle went that far. So that'd be quite interesting. Okay, right. Let's have a look at where we are. So shall I get launched, Malic? Shall I meet you somewhere? Where should we meet?
Yeah, you should. If you launch into my private group, I can actually invite you to a wing, and then we can.
Sorry, you said about that.
Oh, no problem, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of setup stuff.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I just need to... One sec. I see your friend request. That's accepted. Where's wing requests come up in the same menu as friend requests, right?
It should be, yes. As long as you're... Yeah. Let me see here real fast. Yep, there you are. Do need... Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, you will have to join my private group, though, so we don't get bothered during this part.
That's fine. How do I go about doing that?
From the main menu, when you select private group, it'll just be a choice in there, and you'll see my name as one of the groups.
Cool. Yeah, if you can just get a full cam for a sec, please, TJ. So in this private group session, I can see private groups, but I can't see your one.
All right, let me just double check this. Make sure it was not something I missed on my end here. Thought I sent it to you, but we'll see here.
May have expired.
Okay, we'll try again here.
So I know whilst this is going on, I know a lot of people, at least quite a few of my friends that I know, after watching the previous Elite stream, we got lots of people playing Elite, which is pretty good. The plan, in case you're not aware, if you missed the first stream of this series, we're doing this very long. We're leading right up to the release of Odyssey, which is the big update that's coming early-ish 2021. And until then, I'm going to be doing a monthly stream, eventually ramping up the numbers of streams we're doing each month, of me learning, speaking to clever people like Malic about this game, and hopefully showing you guys more about what Elite is. But
yeah, pretty much. It's going to be quite exciting because like we just kind of started getting the Galnet stories back this last week. So they're kind of like leading up into the Odyssey release early next year. So
when you say Galnet stories, that's kind of like the stuff that's like the lore of the game, essentially, right? Telling people what's happening, like changes and things going on in the galaxy that are reflected in content.
Yeah, Galnet kind of slowed down very early at the beginning of this year, and it just kind of picked up again last week. So like everything is just kind of like popping in. We're starting to get storylines again. There's some storylines that go back to events that happened back in 2015, which is like 3301 in the game. But I think it's all just part of the way Frontier are actually just getting everything set up for the Odyssey release, and they've been talking about how the story is going to continue all the way through 2022 now, or the current story, I should say.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Just so you know, I've managed to join you. It was my fault. I hadn't joined the group in the social.
No problem.
But yeah, we're good.
No problem.
Go back to this cam if you like, TJ. Thanks.
Okay.
Cool. Right. So we're here. Wing invitations received. So a wing is kind of like a group in Elite in terms of partying up. You create a wing. We've got our own squadron, Malic. I made a squadron a while back. And one day, I hope to have a carrier. I presume you've probably got access to a carrier.
I do. In fact, one of the things that I do plan on doing at some point today is I'm going to jump my carrier into the area that we're in, and we're actually going to like be in the instance as it arrives, so you'll be able to see what a carrier jump will look like.
What have you got yours set up as? There's different configurations, right?
A little bit. Mine, I have like everything on it, but it's got like the body kit that kind of has like the spherical bridge module on the front and stuff like that, and
nice.
Painted blue and all that kind of thing. So
very cool. Yeah, we did one jump with one last. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it was on this stream. We were streaming Elite on a different channel, and we did a big jump there, and that was pretty crazy. Like, so cool. Okay, let me know if you want me to fly anywhere, like all that sort of stuff.
Oh, man, I do need to send the wing request here, see if we can. So pretty much once you get the wing request, you should be able to see my icon on the galaxy map. And then you just need a few jumps over this way so we can show you the first structure here.
Right, you are. Okay. Invites. Yep, sorry. Yep. Okay, wing request received and done. I think I'm good. So are we going to do...
So I think you're...
Yep, go on.
So yeah, you're slightly below me on in the galaxy plane. So if you kind of go up, you'll kind of see my icon. It's a little blue circle with 3 kind of dots on it.
Okay.
So just got to get over to that system.
Blue circle with dots.
And or the green icon that shows like a friend or something.
Your wingmates. Yep.
That too, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think I see. Are you in Sinufe Sinufe LDA
yes,
C17?
LDA. Yep, that's me.
Yeah, I see you. All right. Let's plot a jump to that. Now, my ship isn't engineered, as they call it. So I've got 14 jumps to do. So I'm gonna start doing those now.
Okay. Okay. Make sure too you have your map on fastest route rather than economical. Economical will make it do a lot of little tiny jumps.
Let's just check that.
That'll be on the
tab on the left.
What is it? I'm trying to remember. It's the second tab on the map. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fastest route. Okay, let's do that again. I'll replot it. Is it really now one jump or what? No, I'm just gonna get going. But yeah, I've plotted a route. Time to get this big old craft out of this this space station without bouncing off some walls. So are we quite out there at the moment? Are we still fairly safe space or?
We're actually right in the middle of what would be considered Thargoid space. The system of Merope itself is kind of like their center point, and we roughly consider everything within 130 to 150 light years of Merope. If you travel around that area, you might have a chance of being hyperdicted, pulled over by a Thargoid, and they kind of scan you to see what you're carrying and stuff like that.
Oh, so they're not immediately hostile then at the moment.
Correct. Okay. Actually, one of the big kind of hypotheses that we talk a lot on my channel is that I don't believe that the Thargoids are actually the bad guys of the game.
We are. Is it the old "we're the bad guys"?
Possibly, yeah. It's one of the things that I've been trying to work on over the last few years, going with the Galnet stuff that we were talking about earlier, the events, the stories that the game gives us. But I have yet to see a single instance where the Thargoids have ever attacked first in any of the history. It's again, it's one of those controversial things. I know there's a lot of people that are like, Thargoid, if I kill Thargoid scouts, it makes my combat rank go up and I can get combat rank elite, as fast as possible.
And so that's why I'm doing it. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know a lot of people jump into the game and they think of the game as, hey, this is another Independence Day. It's humans versus aliens, all that kind of stuff, right? I look at the game more as like The Arrival. It's one of those things that you really have to take a step back and kind of pay attention to what's going on and then kind of be like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. And then you kind of go from that, it's like if you start looking at all the events, there's humans did something every time before a Thargoid attacked a site. Like every single time. It's kind of crazy. But
so it's all antagonistic sort of stuff then. No, I get you. I get
right,
what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's a very controversial thing. It's my personal opinion again that a lot of the stuff is leading up into the Guardian constructs, the AI that the Guardians made. I think they're going to be the bad guy of the game.
Okay, and are they some sort of
it's just kind of a
robotic purging force or something? Is that what you're thinking?
Kind of. They're about 1,000 light years away from where we are right now, where a lot of their sites are.
Right.
But whenever you go to one of their sites, their sentinels pop out of the ground immediately, and they're immediately hostile. And Thargoid site, like we're going to go to here in a moment, you're going to see these scavengers around, and they're totally docile until we do something first to provoke them, and we will do that so I can show you what it looks like. But they are completely docile otherwise.
Okay. Well, let's go poke the bear. So I've actually jumped into this system, I believe, that I should be in. Maybe not. Let me just check the map. I mean, that'd be pretty funny if it's instantly jumped me here when it was going to give me like 14 jumps. Galaxy. Is there somewhere within the galaxy or the system that somewhere within the system you want me to be specifically?
It looks like you've got a few more jumps.
Okay.
To get over here. Once you get over here, I've got my beacon on, so you should be able to see like a blue icon. Yeah, so you can target me and everything.
Okay, yeah, it hasn't actually routed me all the way here for some reason. Maybe I think I might have misclicked. That's kind of going to be a theme of today, me misclicking.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, let's get up here. Plotting route. Okay, we good. Exit. Time to do some jumping. How long is that going to take me? Oh, it's giving me an exclamation mark. When I'm looking at the next jump, it gives me where it's going. But then after that, it gives... Why would there be an exclamation mark?
Is it showing like a solid line and then maybe a dotted line afterwards?
What, in the navigation menu on the left-hand side?
Let me pull the mine up real fast and try to see what you're seeing.
I'll just do a jump and see what happens.
All right.
I think I'm going to have to replot it.
Oh yeah, I think you did just click a direct selection rather than the plot, and I think now you've got it plotted.
Okay, great. I see. It was trying to shoot me in a straight line against it, across it. Do you think there'll ever be any like new kinds of jump technology added to this game?
We did kind of get a little bit of some kind of like jump upgrades. We have, of course, the engineering that you can use to to make your FSD jump further and everything. But there's also the ability to use what is called synthesis to bring it up to like double your normal jump range. And then there's even another thing using neutron stars to quadruple your jump range. I actually the first of this year,
the hell does that
I actually
work?
did a speed run.
Okay.
You know what? I'll actually show you because we are actually relatively near a couple neutron stars, so we can actually head over to one of those later, and I'll actually show you what one of those look like.
Okay, cool.
Show you how that works.
Sounds great.
But actually, one of the methods that you'll hear from time to time is something called the neutron highway or the Hurt highway. People use neutron stars to multiply their jump range by 4, and they can make their way across the galaxy really, really fast. Usually, every time you charge off of a neutron star, it damages the frameshift drive just a little bit. So over time, you do have to stop and do small repairs and everything like that.
Okay.
But
That sounds
people
pretty
have done
cool, though.
speed
Like on the bleeding edge, right?
Exactly. Like there's people who have done speed runs from Earth all the way to Sagittarius A star in 2 hours. How
long would that normally take? Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Okay, so the first time I ever did a run from Earth to Sagittarius A star was back in 2015, and it took me 3 days to get out there, and then 2 days to get back.
Right.
Now you can do it in like 2-3 hours.
And that's using this neutron star method.
Yes, yeah, and like for example, I have my own jump conda, as people call them, because the Anaconda can be outfitted for extremely high jump range. I've got a jump conda that has a 74 light year jump range.
Wow, that's crazy.
You multiply that by 4 for every jump. My speed run that I did from Earth to Beagle Point, which is on the complete opposite side of the galaxy, is just over 8 hours. It was just a speed run from one side to the other, just as fast as I could do it.
Were you streaming that?
So I did, yes. It was I started the route the moment it turned New Year's on January 1st of this year, and 8 hours later I was on the other side of the galaxy. So yeah, that was I think what I'm going to be doing is that's going to become a yearly kind of thing to see if we can get it to go faster and faster every year.
That would be so cool. It just makes me think of I'm guessing you've watched The Expanse. Have you watched The Expanse?
Yes.
I'm guessing you would have done. It might be up your street.
Definitely, yes.
The bit with the belter slingshotter where he's like trying to get faster and faster.
Yeah.
It's such a cool. I mean, obviously it doesn't end well, but it was just a very cool concept of just this guy out there in this like crazy old rig that's just designed to go as fast as humanly possible. It's just very cool.
Yep,
isn't
all
it?
those gravity assists.
Yeah. No, it does interest me a lot. I originally got into Elite quite a few years ago, and I did a lot of exploring because you know the Road to Riches like thing about going around finding all these places, and I think I did all of that in. There's a ship that looks a lot like the space shuttle. If you know what I mean? It looks like it's like a real low tier ship. It looks like a space shuttle.
There's the Hauler or the Adder are the ones that kind of look space shuttle-ish.
I think it's the Adder I'm thinking of. So I was doing it in that, and that was good fun. I very much like exploring and jumping and that sort of thing. I think that's a good part of it as well. I mean, mining's come on a mile as well, hasn't it? Like I remember early mining.
Very much, yes.
Nowadays, it's just so much more involved. Well, in a good way, rather than involved in a bad way.
A couple years ago, Exactly. We got that deep core mining thing where you're actually working to find certain rocks and then blow the rock up and then collect all the bits. It's a lot more hands-on rather than just kind of shooting at the surface of the thing and just letting the limpets do whatever. Yeah.
Limpets was something I discovered a little bit too late because I'd already been mining for a few days by that point, just scooping stuff, which
yes.
It's just madness.
Like. One of my viewers is actually is saying exactly what I'm about to say. Back in my day, we didn't even have limpets.
Yeah,
the limpets came in like a couple updates into the game. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that still remember doing the old style of mining prior to limpets. It was pretty crazy. Like the people that did that, got to tip my hat to them.
Right. Really committed. Right. Okay. I think I'm in system now, and I've locked onto your beacon or your wing signal.
Okay. All right.
Let me have a look at.
Now, actually, one of the other things that you can do, so I can see you as well, if you open up your chat window on the third tab over, under the social there, under options, you can enable wing beacon, and then that allows me to see where you are too.
Okay. Sorry, which tab over on the chat one, did you say?
It'll be the third tab from the left,
Oh, from the
and
left,
then
okay.
the options kind of menu that opens up.
Okay, wing beacon should be on now.
Yep, I see you on my radar.
Shall I just drop out of... shall I come in for your wing signal instead, rather than just dropping out?
No,
Super Cruise?
we're actually going to be going down to a planet, so you can't drop on my wing signal that way. So we'll be going down to the surface of this one body here.
Okay, so I mean,
Still a
like,
ways out. So
shall I just come to you via Super Cruise and then drop out? Are you around the planet at the moment?
yeah, I'm just kind of orbiting the planet right now. We'll take our way. We'll take our way down to the planet here in a moment.
So you're in a crate Phantom? Is that you?
Yes, I am.
What's your?
This is like my little.
Your little nippy boy.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying, what are your favorite ships in this? Like, what do you usually go for?
My overall favorite ship in the game is actually the Imperial Courier. It's kind of got that fighter canopy, and it's a super maneuverable ship.
Nice.
You get it engineered, it will do like 800 meters per second boosting. It's a fun
That
little
does sound
ship.
fun.
However, the ship that I'm using right now, my crate, is my basic or my primary science ship. It's got a decent 44 light year jump range, and it's got the full, because again, I do all the alien research stuff. I've got every single possible sensor the game has on board this thing, so I can scan everything.
So it has a bunch of like module slots for that kind of thing. So you're saying, Rob?
Exactly. Exactly. But the thing is too is that when it comes to like PvE kind of content, it still has enough weaponry where I don't have to worry about that kind of thing. But it has, if I need to scan what cargo, if someone jumps away, if I need to scan their wake, I've got every single sensor on board this thing that can possibly ever need.
It's
like I have that whole thing of I'd rather have it and not need it than to need it and be without. That's kind of like my philosophy on that kind of stuff when it comes to all the science stuff in the game.
I love the idea that like if you formed part of a fleet as well, you're like the eyes and ears of the fleet. Like that's kind of cool. Like, you know, when you look at like Navy battle group setups and how you have a ship who is all about detection and tracking and things. And I think that's quite an interesting concept.
Yep.
Like you don't all need to be gunships, you know, which is
that's actually one of the interesting things when people do wing combat and they go around doing stuff. There are some people that will engineer their ships to be the healer, the support class, as example. There are certain, like for example, there's a beam laser modification that if you modify the beam laser, when you're in a wing, when you shoot friendlies, it will actually recharge their shields.
So you can
have different things like that. And then if people that enjoy doing the Thargoid combat content, there's actually one of the devices when the Thargoids put out an EMP pulse, they've got the ability where they can counter that with a shutdown field neutralizer, and as long as their friendlies are in their kind of sphere of influence, it prevents their ships from shutting off. So there's a lot of things like that in the game as well.
That is amazing. Like I say, I'm a fairly new player. I played this game on and off for a long time, but like hearing the depth of it is very interesting. Like, because you know it's sometimes hard to get involved and hear about these kind of things. Yeah, that's crazy. That's really cool. All right,
Yeah,
so
I know.
I'm like
initially,
I'm like 5 light
Oh, yeah, I
seconds
see
away
you, I
from
see
you.
you.
Shall I drop out yet, or are we just
Okay.
gonna retarget a planet and go down?
No, we're just going to go straight down to the planet. We're going to kind of go in and glide into the surface.
I think I need to. Do I need to
So-
scan this before I go down? Because I've never been here before. Or can I just? I can just literally
you
turn
can-
down into it. Right.
Yeah, you should be able to. Yeah.
It's just that on my contacts screen. Let me just check that. My navigation.
The only thing you really got to worry about, the blue and kind of yellowish green line that goes around the kind of spheres around it, as long as you're not in the red on your vertical speed indicator on the side when you go through those spheres, you should kind of like pass through them. And when you go through the yellowish line, that will start your glide.
Well, I'm almost certainly going to mess that up. I'm not going to lie to you. The only thing I have to worry about, and it's like, well, that's the thing that's going to get me. Okay.
And see, that's another thing too. Is like, I know, like when the game first came out in 2014, a lot of people got into it, and there was the entire joke about this game does not have a learning curve; it has a learning cliff. Frontier went over the game most of last year, and they kind of redid a lot of the initial training stuff. So it's gotten a lot better with training people on how to do the beginning stuff, how to do the very basics, the navigation, the going down to the planet, the landing, and all that kind of stuff. So it's gotten a lot better since then.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm kind of like I bitch and moan about like hard games a lot. I will say that, and I know people will call me up on that.
Right.
But at the same time, I very much believe that games with hard learning curves mean that there's loads and loads to discover. Like, it's a completely different game. But an example of something I've been playing a lot of recently is Escape from Tarkov, which is exactly the same. It's absolutely brutal to new players, and you literally need a support group around you to play it. But when you do get it, and when you do get into it, you sort of get that click. You're like, holy shit, there is so much to this that I can play with, which I think is awesome.
That game, I've played it once. I loaded into the thing. I walked for about 30 seconds really, really slowly, and then I got shot. So that was my introduction to Tarkov. So yeah, totally understand that one.
Right, where the frickin' hell am I now? So you dropped out, right? You went on that. Are you down?
Yes, I've already gone into the glide. You should kind of pretty much be able to kind of head straight at me.
Yep.
And then it will kind of bring you into the glide, and it will bring you down to this Thargoid site here.
Will it bring me out of Super Cruise as well? It will, won't it?
It will, yeah. Once you hit the kind of yellowish green line around the planet, it will kind of enter glide. As long as you're steeper than 5 degrees, but less than 60 degrees attitude, pretty much.
So when you're going into Super Cruise, when it says sort of cruise failed, I've had that a few times. What does it mean by that?
Okay, when you say cruise failed, like what exactly did you do?
Sorry, not Super Cruise. Glide. Sorry, confusing words here. So you have to do a glide phase,
right? So yeah, for glide failed, the kind of things that will happen, again, if you're shallower than 5 degrees or steeper than 60 degrees, or if you hit that kind of threshold line with the descent rate in the red. Like when your HUD pops up and you've got your pitch and your altitude and everything like that, to the far right side there is a vertical speed indicator. And if you're flying around the planet and you get it into the red and you cross one of those lines, that is the glide failed. You'll kind of drop out of Super Cruise with that.
Okay. So now orbital flight has been engaged. I've got my very cool fighter pilot style HUD in front of me now.
Nice.
So at the moment I'm at an angle of about minus 38. Is that okay?
Right.
Is there an ideal speed?
You can pitch down. You can pitch down, and you'll see the thing. It'll just be bright red, saying don't go steeper than that.
Yeah. I got it.
As long as you're not in glide, you can go steeper than that. But as long as you cross that threshold line, and then you're shallower. Does that kind of make sense?
Yep.
You just got to make sure you're not in the red when you cross that last line.
Okay. Dropping from orbital cruise. Is there an ideal speed for this that I should be trying to look at? Or is it, again, just about keeping the bar on the right in the middle?
It's that vertical speed, as long as you're not descending so fast that it's in the red bars of it.
Okay.
As long as you're in that kind of orange thing, it'll be fine.
When do I want to put my landing gear down? Malic. When
Right now, I don't need to worry about landing gear. One of the annoying things with landing gear is that when you put the landing gear out, it does kind of give the ship an artificial speed limit. It really slows it down.
Right. Okay.
So you're still about 47 kilometers away, so you still need to kind of head my way a little bit. And yeah, be good to have the gear up so you can go a little bit faster.
Okay, on the way. So what we're doing here, chat, we're coming down onto a planet. If you haven't seen this yet, this is the process of taking your ship from space into the I presume atmosphere, if there is any. I don't know. It looks like there's any atmosphere on this one. Do Thargoids require atmosphere? Do you know, Malic?
Right now, with the Horizons expansion that came out in 2015, all the planets that we can actually land on have no atmospheres.
Okay.
That is actually one of the big things that Odyssey is supposed to be giving us, is planets with starting to give us atmospheres that we can go down to. It's kind of like my own belief that Frontier gave us that kind of gliding mechanic to get us used to everything, so when we did get the atmospheres, you're not like burning the ship up by going too fast and all that kind of thing.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah, so viewers, if you're not familiar, Odyssey's one of the big features that everyone I know I'm very excited about is the ability to leave the cockpit, be it to explore some stuff. Again, the details are a little vague at the moment, I think probably for good reason. Basically, you're going to be able to get out of the seat and have a look around in specific areas. I don't know, like, I know there's planets. Malic, do you know if there's is going to be a general rule that we can walk around stations or anything like that? I know they're a little bit careful with what they say they can do yet, because I think they probably don't know exactly what they can do in terms of...
Yeah, like that is one thing that, I mean, it's frustrating, but I've also known Frontier enough that they like to keep things close to their chest. They haven't really given us a whole bunch of details. I do know that they made an announcement last Monday that they are working on a developer diary YouTube video or something to be showing off soon. They haven't given us an exact date, but the rumor is that they're supposed to have either pictures or video of some of the walking around stations content.
Oh.
So that's the rumor, but we'll see when it comes.
Yeah, I can appreciate it's probably quite a complicated technical sort of challenge for them to do. But for me, like, that's kind of the last thing. Like, playing Elite, I was like, I think there's something about getting up out of the seat and, like, just, even just going to a station to just buy a couple of things you'd normally buy from your seat would add that extra layer of, like, I am sitting down in this craft and I'm flying around and I am getting up. I don't know, it might just be me, but there's something very physical about that, I think, which I'm quite looking forward to.
I know that there's a quite big kind of like role play community in Elite as well. I'm just waiting to see the stories that pop of the people just going to like a pub and hanging out and shooting the shit and then figuring out their next adventure or whatever.
Meeting a dodgy bloke in a bar that swears he's got a great deal on some crystals.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh wow, what's this up on the left? Is this the Thargoid structure here I'm seeing on my left?
Yes. Yep, this is the Thargoid structure that we're going to be going into today.
So when this was first discovered, are people scanning planets from orbit and finding these structures, or do you have to go down to find it?
This is, again, another one of those back in my day things. It used to be, the joke was something, it was called Beige Patrol. There was a game bug in which all the planets had a thing that made them all the same color. They were all this just tan color.
Right.
So it just started being called Beige Patrol, and it was just a lot of people swarming over a planet, literally using the Mark I eyeball to look out the windows looking for things like this. And over time, they kind of found out ways to identify these a little bit easier from orbit. And then later on, they found, and we'll kind of do, when we do that audio thing later, it's tied to that, but they were using that to triangulate where the next system was.
Oh, wow.
And then use another device that does a little laser pointer that actually pointed physically to the site. So it was it's one of those things like Frontier don't give us all the answers, but over time people kind of find out the answers themselves, and it makes it that much. Because I mean, like if aliens in real life came to Earth and they're like, hey, here we are, there is no guidebook for that, right? There's no guidebook for if that happened. Well, Elite is kind of the same way. We have to kind of figure out all this stuff from the clues that we're given.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know. I think it's nice to know that like, if you dig deep, you will find something, you know, because a lot of times in games, you're
definitely.
They haven't thought about that, or they haven't really done that, and that's fine. But yeah, when you hear about stuff like that, you're like, God, okay, right, there's something to be dug up here.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So we're hovering around this butthole. Let's be honest, it's a butthole.
Yep. A lot of people say that. Yes. But yeah. Pretty much this is going to be, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but trying to find a landing spot roughly where I am for the Anaconda, this is going to be like the hard part.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, you might have to park outside and drive in.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll land outside this like basin area.
Is
my scale totally off? Is this outside this basin area really going to be quite far to drive, or?
It's a couple kilometers. I mean, right now I'm about 1 kilometer from you right now.
Ah, yes. No, yeah, you are. I'm totally getting my scale wrong. So what are the requirements for a landing site? Because I think I'm looking down here, I'm like, yeah, it looks flat enough. I could get something down there.
It's got to be flat enough. It's got to not have like a big old obstacle. When you put your landing gear out, you'll get a little icon, and when it glows blue, that's a site that if you start going down, it'll lock you to the ground, and then you'll be good to land, as long as you see that blue thing.
Unsuitable terrain. Unsuitable terrain.
Yeah, like I said, this is the part that it might be a little bit iffy here.
Well, do I have to look at the thing I want to land on for it to give me the unsuitable terrain, or do I want to be over it?
Just over
hello.
it.
Slow down. Yeah, no, I'm getting a little bit here, actually. Let me try and get the thrusters in order. Back we go.
Might need to back up a little bit. There is a big kind of structure right underneath you right now.
Just turning round. Come on.
Might need to move to your right just a little bit.
Whoops. Thrusters. Definitely clipped something there. Oh, boom, we got something. Okay, let's put it down. We're down. Woohoo! Okay, now we drive our cars, do we? Or our SRVs?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you open up your roll screen, which is the screen that kind of appears over your lap, and you should have the thing to deploy an SRV from that.
Down we go.
Low gravity warning.
We're off. Whee.
But yeah, you're gonna if you find where I am, we're gonna be going into this center structure. There's a couple doors here that we need to.
I had you on my HUD a second ago. Oh, there you are down there. Wait, no, that's your ship.
Yeah, just go roughly that direction. You'll probably see me.
Oh, I see you. Yep. Just want to have a quick look at the condo whilst I'm out here as well. Wow, these things drift, don't they?
A little bit.
Look at this beauty thing. I think another thing about like Odyssey and eventually being able to go out of your ship is just give you a better sense of scale.
Very much, yes.
Hello.
All right, so one of the things that I do have on board my SRV right now is I have a couple pieces of Thargoid technology, which I'm actually going to pop it out so you can see them real fast. It is the Thargoid probe and the Thargoid sensor. So
yeah, I see you.
Those out.
I didn't know these things had deployable hard points.
Yeah, they kind of retract when you get near the ships. So right now I think I'm a little bit too close to the ship and I can't actually. There it goes. Now I can jump a little bit.
Is that? Oh my god! I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong button.
Yep.
I didn't know I had weapons. If I'm honest.
That's what shields are for.
Yeah.
That's what shields are for.
Nice.
But yeah, as you can kind of see these things on the ground, these are the bits of alien technology that we're going to be using inside the
technology, right?
Inside the facility to kind of activate their machine.
Okay. Do you want me to pick that up?
So, if you want to, yes.
How do I pick it up?
Before you do pick it up, take a good look at it and identify. Hold on, don't run it over. Hold on one moment.
Okay.
Take a good look at it and just kind of see its shape. So it's got that kind of bulb on one side and then all the little fins on it, right?
Yeah.
If you deploy your cargo scoop and then target it and then run it over, it should be pulled into your SRV's cargo bay.
Okay. Cargo.
Now I am going to warn you in advance.
Yeah.
The Thargoid cargo is corrosive, so you will start getting warnings about it damaging the SRV. Don't worry about it. It takes a long while before it actually really damages it too bad.
Okay.
And you can fix the SRV just by getting back on board your ship and then leaving it again. So you don't need to worry about it too much.
Right, you are. I'm just trying to target them. Will they just come up under regular targeting? I'm using my targeting hat on my joystick.
Yeah, well, if it should be like the target in front of you button. I don't know if you have something bound for that.
Yeah, I think I do. Right.
Okay. Yeah. I've actually got your little I've got your hexagram target. So yeah, if you have it targeted and you have your cargo scoop deployed, you just kind of run into it and it'll be kind of like picked up by your SRV.
Oh, I've got the handbrake on. How did I
That'll do it too.
There we go. Oh god! I think I got it. Did I get it?
Again, that's what shields are for.
I have my throttle fully up, then I released my handbrake. That was a mistake. I think I got one.
Okay, I'll grab the other one.
Do we only need one each?
Yeah, one each will work fine.
Okay.
But pretty much you have to use Thargoid technology as the key to open up the door. So now that we each have a key, now when you go to the door should open up for you.
Oh, so it'll just detect that material inside our holds, will they?
Pretty much, yes.
Oh,
yes.
I see. It's like a genetic key. Okay, lead the way.
And there's also a little bit of well, actually I'll let you go first because you can kind of see what happens as you get closer to the building.
Sounds good. Oh, it's opened up. I mean, this...
Oh, shoot. And figures I picked the wrong door. This is the one door that has the collapsed tunnel. We got to go to one of the other doors.
Okay, that's reversing.
Yep, reverse. Whoa.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm hooked on you. Hold on. Okay, sorry. You ran right into me.
Yeah, that's
So we just got to go around the building.
Okay, cool.
There's 4 doors total. We just got to go around to the other side.
Which way are we going? Right or left?
It does not matter.
I'll follow you.
I'm just going to follow you around.
I'll follow you.
Okay.
Lead me to the door.
Okay.
So I noticed you had like jump jets. Do I have those by default?
You should. Yeah. I don't know if you have the key bound for them or not.
Oh yeah. It's just the boost,
I
boost
think,
key. That's great.
Yeah. I believe that's what it is.
Whoa.
But yeah, one of the things with me is that I tend to do a lot of crazy, stupid stuff in my SRV. So you'll see me do like flips and all this crazy kind of thing.
Oh, how long does the boost last? I'm basically taking off. Oh, it uses your engine.
As long as you have
like
power,
boost.
yeah. As long as the more pips you have to that, the longer it'll last.
Well, full pips to engine. Okay. Now this is a. Oh, so they're naturally screwing with our systems there. Your lights were flickering. So is this some sort of like electromagnetic interference or something like that?
We don't really know. I mean, the Thargoids are believed, a lot of their technology is kind of biological and everything, but how it affects human technology, that's not. It's kind of like one of those things of the players kind of have to figure that kind of stuff out. We don't really get told directly what is causing all these like malfunctions and everything. So if you can actually come up here and then go into the center room, you can see the device that we're going to be activating here in a moment.
Is that just ahead of you up here?
No, turn left. Oh, past it.
It's all right. I'm getting better at reversing. There we go. Right.
No problem.
Oh, wow. What is all this?
Now,
I hit a goo bag.
Oh, yep. Now you're also going to see some of the scavengers floating around here as well. So,
so you're saying none of these will be hostile until we shoot at them?
Yeah, these are pretty much. I mean, like you can sit there and, in fact, let me do this real fast. If I go up to one, if I physically ram it with my SRV like that, it does not care. As long as you do not shoot at them, they will stay completely docile. Now, we are going to be doing another thing later that understand that we are going to be swarmed by a lot of these things and attacked. But when we get to that part, I'll explain exactly what's going on with that. So now, as you come in, did you see the shape of the Thargoid technology that you picked up? I believe you actually picked up the probe.
Yeah.
The probe kind of has like a two kind of sphere attachment point. These little kind of things that are in the middle of the room that are swirling around, each one of them has like a pad directly in front of it. Can you try just parking your SRV on one of those pads?
Okay. You're seeing like the swirly vortexes, yeah?
Yep, there's this little thing that just lit up green in front of us. If you park on top of it, look at the hologram that shows up in front of it. You see how now it's showing a hologram of a Thargoid probe?
One sec.
It kind of is going to be to your right a little bit.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see it. Yep.
Pretty much this is the kind of in-game puzzle that Frontier gave us. So pretty much while you're on that pad, if you drop the Thargoid probe, the machine will accept it. So if you go into your inventory on your right-hand screen and jettison the probe, it should pick it up.
Oh, shit.
Yep, there it goes.
Yeah. Oh,
so see, now the machine put the probe, and now it's in the machine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the sensor. I'm going to let you pick the sensor up and then find the next pad to drop the sensor into.
Is this it here?
Yep.
Okay.
So pretty much, yeah, just pick that one up and then find the corresponding pad for it and then drop it off as well. Oh, again, as long as you have it targeted and
I need to target
the cargo
it.
scoop is open.
Sorry, one sec.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yep, there you go.
No, I'm in reverse. There we go. Got it. Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to guess it's somewhere around the other side.
But yeah, there are two more pads remaining, but one of them is one of the devices we don't have yet, but we'll get that here in a moment. I just want you to find the the one for the sensor and drop it off.
Okay, yeah, I can see another hologram. Guessing that's the right one.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. So now, yeah, we got 2 of the 3. Now the last one, I'm gonna go park on the pad so the hologram will display, but I want you to take a good look at its shape. It's completely different shape than the other 2.
Oh yeah, I see it to the left.
It's kind of got a spherical thing in the middle and
2
then
out the sides.
kind of like the little fins on the side. So
Yep.
there is some more rooms in the structure that device is in, and that device is actually called a Thargoid link. So now what we have to do is, if you follow me, we'll actually head down into the basement area, and I'll show you where the links are kept at.
Yeah, I like how this is still a space flight sim, and we're doing this down here. Like it's remember that it's like, but that for me is what makes like getting out and going around in your SRV and stuff like this just makes the space stuff even cooler. I think like when you can go to your aircraft and like load into the cargo bay and be like, right, let's get out of here. I don't know. Maybe I grew up with a lot of sci-fi and all that sort of stuff, and I love all this. Wow. Okay. Right. We're
now,
like chamber.
Now, if you drive forward, just kind of drive forward and watch what happens when you get near one of those structures. I'll let you go ahead.
Oh, cool. Little thing falls out of it. Oh, so this is the link.
So,
That's the thing we're looking for.
Yep, that's the link. So now you get to use your guns and shoot it down, and then once it's shot down, then you pick it up.
Just at it, just target it, or do I have to target the thing?
Just shoot it a few times, and then it will it'll be knocked off its little force field hologram thing.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh. Okay. So I'll scoop that bad boy up. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Do we need anything else?
And then all you got to do is go back upstairs and then pick up, or I'm sorry, drop that link off in the third pad.
You know what this actually reminds me of in terms of style is, you ever watch Farscape?
Yes.
You know the living ship they have, like very much that kind
Mora
of like,
or something. Yeah.
Maya.
Yeah.
Was it called Maya? Maya.
Maya. I remember Talon. Because that one's an easy one to remember.
The baby one, right?
Is it Mora or Maya or something? Moya.
Moya.
That was it. Moya.
Yeah. Very cool.
It's something like that. I can't. Yeah, it's been a while. It's one of those series I need to rewatch again.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going back into the main. Is this the main chamber here on our right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So this last one, find the last pad, drop it off in it, and then watch what happens to the center, the structure in the middle.
Okay. Oh God, what's happening? Okay, overshot a bit. All right. Dropping item. So we want to look at the center.
So now the center structure is all powered up and ready to go. Now, the event that we're about to get, we still do not know exactly what it means. We did have a clue from Frontier years and years ago where in one of the newsletters they mentioned that it was a key. It's the one and only time that they've ever used like green text in one of their newsletters, and it just kind of like stood out as this next bit being a key. So now
nobody's worked out what this is for then, even now.
No, this is still one of those mysteries that we're not fully sure what we're getting. When you scan it, you are going to get another bit of like data, which we did kind of learn. That's like a triangulation kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But visually, what we're about to see, we still do not have a clear understanding on what it is.
Okay, interesting.
So with
Plus-
this, all you need to do, target that middle thing and then scan it. I think it'll be switch over to your
Thargoid
analysis mode on your
device.
HUD rather than combat.
Yep.
Yep, exactly. And then just scan it.
I need to remember how to change fire groups. 1 sec.
No problem.
God damn it! Which one is it? Oh no! I don't want to accidentally blast this thing, so I'm like very cautious. Let me just change the fire group a sec. So I learned this game on the older version of this joystick, and then the buttons got remapped by the hardware manufacturer, and
yes.
every so often I find myself having to check controls again.
Yeah, I've done that myself. When I started playing this game back in 2014, I had one kind of HOTUS, and last year I got a new kind, so I had to kind of like completely rewire all my muscle memory on where all the buttons were. I know with all this new Galnet stuff coming in and the story stuff, there's been a lot more people coming back into Elite, and a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, and you activated it."
Oh my God, sorry to interrupt you. I didn't.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
This looks beautiful, actually, quite pretty. So now that we've activated this, what happens? Do we get an item we have to take, or is this just like
you should have gotten a little bit of something on your chat window? It should say on the second tab like two or three little bits of data. Those bits of data are things that you give to the link in orbit, and it starts feeding you binary. And that binary transfers into distance figures, triangulation from 3 systems. The system of Merope, a system that a lot of people tend to call like the Thargoid 0 point, or the Thargoid, a lot of people think it might be like the Thargoid home system. And then the system that we're in right now, and you do triangulation, and it usually points to another system that another one of these facilities are in. And that's how the community pretty much found all the facilities. I think there's currently 231 of these structures total in the game.
Okay, that's quite a lot. And do each one produce its own signals, or do they all point towards
some of them?
Sort of
some of the facilities are so damaged that you can't even get inside of them. Those ones are kind of like dead ends to the trail.
Okay.
The ones that you can get inside tend to give this data.
So we're thinking that like this was set up a long time ago, and some of those systems have gone offline, I guess, like the ones that have collapsed and fallen in. Is that the general thinking of it?
Yeah, like lore in it is during the previous human Thargoid conflict 150, 160 years ago or so. We kind of finished that conflict by INRA developing what was called a mycoid missile. It was a biological weapon. And when they had Commander Jameson, which was your commander in the previous Frontier First Encounters game, fire that missile, that like killed that queen and ended that conflict. But we think that these structures are the remaining structures from that queen, and that's why they're a lot more damaged. And they have like.
Was there a hostile reason to attack that queen at the time?
At the time, again, it's that lore thing that I try to dig into. During the previous games, like the lore in it was initial contact between Thargoids and humans was peaceful until one of a miner freaked out and started firing, and then that's where the conflict kind of started. But it's, again, one of those things of not everyone agrees with my hypothesis of Thargoids are actually the good guys. We do that kind of deep dive into the lore and everything like that. Like, one of the things that when this game came out, like David Braben, the creator of Elite, he kind of he said that he worked with biologists at Cambridge University to develop aliens that were truly alien, that they have their own motivations. The thing is that it's not one of those things of, oh, here's the guidebook on the aliens' motivations. We have to figure that stuff out. So that's what I kind of have like based my entire kind of stream off of, and
your
that's
hypothesis.
what we kind of focus on a lot.
Your hypothesis.
Exactly. Yeah. It's, again, like I said, like if I'm wrong, cool, but I want to see the evidence. right? And that's my big thing is I try to base all my hypotheses on the evidence that the game gives me. But again, like I said, it's if something proves me incorrect, cool, then I'll change my hypothesis as we go. But I mean, that's kind of the thing with science is new information comes in, you change how things are, you know?
Yeah. The best opinion of the facts that we've got right now.
Exactly.
So what's next? What do we do? Where do we go now?
Okay, so the next part that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run back to my ship. I'm going to grab 3 more devices, and I just need you to drop them in each one, just rapid fire.
Okay.
What these devices are is these are actually Guardian devices. So there was a conflict tens of thousands years ago between the Thargoids and the Guardians, and for some reason, the Thargoids and the Guardians do not get along well. So the next reaction that we're going to see is what happens when you put Guardian technology into a Thargoid machine.
Okay.
So right now, the only thing I need you to do is I'm about to go outside and I don't have a key to get back in.
Right.
Can you follow me real fast and just hold the door open for me so it doesn't shut on me?
No worries.
I've got to go get 3 of these things total. Actually, I take it back. No, I only just need to get 1. I just need you to hold the door open is what it's going to be.
Okay.
Oh, again, I drove to the collapse tunnel, so I got to go a little bit further.
Don't worry, I'm still working out how to drive a very nippy, agile vehicle with the flight stick set up.
No problem. Yeah, I understand that.
It's like,
so with this, what I'm going to do is you don't need to hold the door open yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the thing, come back, and then you'll see my icon outside the door. At that point, just kind of get close enough to the door to open it up for me.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, so I will be right back. I'll try to do this as quick as I can.
Yeah, no worries. Oh my god. It's made harder by the fact that our lights don't work in here.
That does get a little bit weird. Now, the game does have the ability, you do have a night vision mode for your like windscreen, so you can turn that on if you're having a little bit of difficulty seeing things.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember that actually. It's the key for that.
It's also a menu on your right-hand panel.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you
yeah,
can turn
yeah.
your lights and stuff on and off through that too.
Nice. What is drive assist? And why would I want it?
Drive assist, think of it as drive assist on is like a ride-on lawnmower. You set your throttle, and it doesn't matter if you're going up a hill or down a hill. The SRV tries to maintain that speed.
Right.
Drive assist off is like a car where you get to a hill, you need to give it more throttle to maintain your speed while going up a hill, and you need to let off the throttle when you go down the hill. A lot of people tend to like drive assist off for that reason because it feels more like car games. So
maybe I'll try that.
all right.
Oh god.
All right, cool. So now I've got this stuff, so we just need to back up and go back into the center room. So yeah, Guardian technology is a little bit different looking. I'm going to drop these things real fast, so let me dump them. I just need you to grab them and just put them into the machine wherever. They can go anywhere.
Okay. One at a time, or
but
can
you
I
can
grab
see
multiple?
how like you can grab both at a time and just you drop one at a time.
So these are like crystalline structures almost, right? As opposed.
Yeah. The Guardians have a very like angular design, while the Thargoids have this kind of biological kind of stuff.
They're more like lithoids, maybe, or something.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm seeing a picture again, but that's not what it requires.
Okay, so
I'm going to give it this anyway, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Now, the Guardian technology is the only other technology that these Thargoid machines will accept.
Okay, it's picking it up.
Okay. So yeah, just go grab the other one, throw it into the other one, and the last one we just got to figure out which pad the last one is, and then throw whichever one it was back into it. So I think, which one is this? It's the probe. Grab it and get it ready for you.
Okay. Oh, wait. Did I dump both of them at once? I might have done. I'm out of inventory space. I'm sorry, I'm out of... There's nothing in my inventory. Let me just do a quick check. I didn't leave it over here somewhere. Oh, there is one over here, yep. My bad. There we go, got it. Alright, I've already done this one, haven't I? Needs to be a separate one. Okay, that's the second one done.
Okay, awesome. And then the last one, I'm going to drop you the link here. Just drop the link into this last pad over here. And then we'll have the machine activated again. But this time, once the machine glows orange, don't scan it yet. Because again, once this thing is scanned, there's going to be a very aggressive thing. We need to be backed up because there's going to be a lot of heat, a lot of light, and the skimmers are going to start attacking. So
okay,
got to be really careful with that.
So I want to just...
You can drop it in and drop it in just fine. It's just don't scan the center yet. But yeah, again, the Thargoids and the Guardians had some kind of war tens of thousands of years ago. And this reaction that we're about to see is pretty much showing off that the Thargoids and Guardian technology do not get along together well.
So we've put 2-bit of Guardian technology, and those are the two crystal-like structures, or the sort of triangular prisms that are dangling there. And then we've put a Thargoid linking mechanism in there. And what now we want to see what happens when we try to make it compute that, I suppose.
Pretty much, yeah. So this thing, you're going to want to back up. I tend to get in towards one where the doors are.
Yeah, I'm the same thing.
Do you have your option to switch to like turret mode so you can like look around in your turret?
That's a great question, and no. I might quickly bind that to a key. If not,
then all right. If need be, I'll have to just shoot a whole bunch of stuff here.
But, no, I'd like to. Do you know what setting it's under? Is it under driving targeting maybe, or no? Driving.
It should be at the very bottom under like SRV targeting or something like that.
Driving turret controls.
Under your controls.
I'm just wondering, like, what button toggles to the turret?
Which controller are you using?
I'm using an X56.
Okay. Seeing if there's anybody. Is there anybody in my chat that uses an X56 that might know what the default button is? Let's see here.
Sorry, I'm looking as well.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Some people are saying U on the keyboard is
Okay.
U or B will sometimes go into the.
Do I need to be in combat mode to do it?
Shouldn't need to. I mean, I can go back and forth between my turret just fine. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Oh, I had my own bug. I didn't realize that I was in. Oh, yeah, it might help to do that so I can fire my guns as well.
Yours not
There
firing.
we go. I was wondering. Okay, I've got my stuff working if need be. But yeah, it should be whatever button. Do you have something to like deploy your weapons
Oh,
on
yeah.
your ship? Do you know what that key possibly is?
Yeah, I think
that
so.
might be what switches back and forth.
So deploy hardpoints key.
Again, I don't. That's the weird. That's the bad thing about having different controllers. I've never ever touched an X56 in my life, so I don't know what would be the default key on that one.
Okay, let's try that. I'll deploy hardpoints. No, it's not letting me deploy hardpoints. I might just need to. I might just need to watch you fire. I think at the moment. From it's
Okay,
under
yeah, you're-
driving at the bottom. Okay, hold on. Sorry, my chat's just giving me some other options to quickly look at.
No problem. No problem.
Driving. Toggle SRV turret. There we go.
And yeah, just if you have to change it, just make sure you do hit apply at the bottom. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it won't save it.
'Kay.
So many times I've done like a big old rebind and then completely didn't save it and had to redo it again.
Wait, how the heck do you control the turret when you're in it? Do you just use your regular joystick? Or
Yeah, a lot of people do that. Yeah, I think that's it by default.
okay, yeah, I'm good. I'll use it's my thruster joystick. A little hard to aim with, but
Awesome.
yeah. Okay, right. I will get better in position, and then I will be ready to engage. Let's find a little hole to hide in. Okay. We are good.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan the device in the middle. Oh,
Or
helps
shoot
to,
it.
Scan it. Yeah, I'll scan it now, and watch what happens when you have Guardian stuff in it. This is what happens. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Okay, it's getting light. Oh, they're coming for me. Oh, I'm trying to use this goddamn little tiny joystick. Fire! Okay. You're doing great. You're doing great. I'm here trying to work out why I can't. Goddamn bindings.
But yeah, this reaction is one of those deals of like the Thargoids. They really do not like the Guardians for some reason, right?
And why is it having this effect? Is it destroying that technology we've put in now?
It pretty much everything that we put in there, yeah, it destroyed everything. So it destroyed the Guardian stuff. The link that we put into the other device, it destroyed it too, because it's they're probably thinking, oh, Guardians are trying to activate our machine. We got to destroy everything, you know.
So we don't. Do we even know what this machine actually does apart from give us hints and clues and things like that? Like the actual. I see the.
I mean, like this is like one of those kind of mysteries. We don't know exactly what everything's for. I mean, we have guesses, but nothing for sure. Or like someone in your chat just said, it's a coffee maker.
You're right. I like to.
I'm gonna move over here.
I've been very much on my. I don't know whether it's like a lockdown thing, but I've been very much been on my whole like aliens and unidentified flying objects kind of stuff at the moment, and like like the
Right, yeah.
the tic tac and things like that, like all the the USS Nimitz, like all that sort of stuff. But then I was like talking to them. I'm like, well, I mean, we can guess if these people are if these visitors are from elsewhere and it's not just like government tech or whatever. I reckon they're just on like a sightseeing tour. Like they come to Earth because it's sort of a nice thing to look at. Sort of like going to a nature reserve or something like that. I do like the idea that like we are entirely insignificant and really this is just a coffee maker, and we don't understand it.
Makes the best espresso ever.
Yeah, comes out super nice. So how long does this go on for? Are we like waiting? Is this like an event now, or have we sort of triggered?
It is an event. It takes a couple minutes for it to complete. But yeah, just kind of waiting for it to finish up. I mean, we still got some of those scavengers around as well, so I'm just kind of like checking around us to make sure that we don't have anything hostile coming up behind us or something.
I'm going to work out how to fire my guns whilst in turret mode. All right, okay. I'll cycle next. Yeah, this is correct. Oh my goodness. It's really kicking some stuff off now.
Do you have pips to your weapons so your weapons have power too?
Yeah, I think it's a case of I'm just not having it in the right fire group. Yeah, it wasn't assigned to a fire group.
Is your HUD orange or blue?
Yeah, it was orange. Yeah, no, it's just I didn't have the repeaters set to an appropriate fire group. We good. Let's give it a go now. Yeah, we got power.
There we go.
I'm ready. I'm ready to just destroy the friendly Thargoid menace. I really appreciate the effort you're going to, though, man. Really, thanks very much for joining us and everything. You've been
oh, no problem.
You've been an excellent tour guide so far.
Now, kind of the next thing that we're going to be doing after this is that we're actually going to be going to a site and watching a fleet carrier arrive. I've actually got a fleet carrier. It's currently in the bubble right now, but I am going to try to jump it out this way.
Nice.
The problem with it is that once you plot the jump, pretty much you have 15 minutes to get there. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that we're like in and around the area ready to go so we don't miss its arrival.
Mm-hmm. You're spinning a lot of plates.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And there we go. That was the end of that event. So, yeah, kind of a crazy thing. Kind of, again, it's a lore-related thing. It kind of shows that there is some kind of beef between the Thargoids and the Guardians, something from the conflict many, many years ago. So, but yeah, with that, let's head back to our ships and let's get back into orbit, and I'll see if I can start getting the fleet carrier on its way. Because again, it's got a, once I set it, it takes 15 minutes for it to charge up and actually make the jump.
Yeah, I've been in a jump, so I vaguely remember how they happened. Oh, my handbrake is on. That'll be why. But yeah, no, that was awesome. If people watching are like, why is everything weirdly colored now? I switched night vision on, so it has these really awesome outlines. Let me see. I'm going to find my way out and meet you at the ships if I can.
All right.
Oh, man. The little jumps that you occasionally do on these things that like, and because it's lower gravity, like you kind of have a really nice little pop you get off of it.
Yep. It's kind of crazy too. Like when you're on a planet that has like Earth normal gravity or higher than Earth normal, the SRB will react. I mean, if you're on a heavy G world, you're stuck to the ground. Like
your
it's very, very difficult to get airborne. Exactly.
Do some F1 style racing with the gravity like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
I went the wrong way. Oh. I'll follow you.
All good.
Yeah, it's a very cool night vision in this game, especially with these like complex structures as you're driving through them. It looks really awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people know of Achenar 3. It's the third planet in the Achenar system, which is the home of the Empire. It's a planet that is 6.7 G.
Oh, that's heavy.
It's a heavy planet that, I mean, it's in the bubble. You do need the permit to get into the system. There's actually a community goal that started up today that allows anybody in the Pilots Federation has access to Achenar for this community goal for the next week. So if you want to try landing on a heavy G planet, that's a good place to go.
Is it
I want to say the heaviest...
Is it tricky to land on as well as drive on?
Yeah, it is tricky to land on. If you don't have really strong thrusters, you got to be extra careful, because if you get too fast, you can't recover. It can be really bad. The heaviest planet in the game that we know of that we can land on right now is actually an 11.01 G planet out near Colonia, which is that kind of thing halfway across the galaxy. I tried to do a thing when we were coming back from that Beagle Point trip. I tried to show people that even with an exploratory ship with weak thrusters, you can still land on the heavy G planets. You just gotta treat the planet with respect. You gotta go down really, really slow, ease your way in, but you can't, like, if you point your nose down, the gravity's just gonna grab you, and the ships just don't have enough thrust to get away from that. It'll wreck your ship bad.
I see.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna let you get in your ship. I'm gonna get in mine, and then I'm gonna have this jump ready to go. I'm just gonna have the ship jump into orbit around this one, so it won't take that long to get up to where we're gonna wait for it. But then yeah, you'll be able to see a fleet carrier jump in.
Amazing. Okay. Is there a trick to getting back into my ship? I thought I could just hover under the little orange bit.
Usually just get right below it, on the right hand of the screen where it has your handbrake and cargo scoop. There'll be a little light. When you get directly below it, it will light up.
Board ship.
Allowing you to... Yep, that'll be it.
And how do I do that? Do I have to press something to do that?
You open up the lap screen again, your roll screen, and then you select board ship through that.
Am I still getting interference? Why on earth is this not loading? There we go. Got it.
All right, so I have plotted the carrier jump. It's going to do its thing. We have about... Let me double check this now. Yeah, we got to be up there in just about 15 minutes from now. So it'll arrive in about 15 minutes. So
okay,
give us enough time to get up and in position.
Oh, engaging drives. Okay.
Okay, awesome. And then, yeah, just remember to put the landing gear up so you get maximum speed, and then I'll jump into orbit real fast. I'll find the location that it'll be jumping into, and then you can just target me and kind of follow me in.
Right, yeah. How the heck did you manage to get out of orbit and jump so quickly?
This ship is quite fast. I think it does like 500 and something meters per second when it boosts. The Anaconda is 200-300, so it's about half the speed. But yeah, when you get about 2 kilometers over the surface, the mass lock will turn off, and then you can actually jump to Super Cruise.
Yeah, I can do that now. Shall I target anything in terms of destination yet? Just your wing signal?
Right now, yeah, just follow my wing signal for right now. I got to actually find out where exactly this thing is actually at. Gotta do a scan of the system, and there's already a whole bunch of like fleet carriers in the area. I just gotta find the arrival point for mine. And actually, hold on 1 second. I just have to double check. I hope I didn't just target the wrong system. I did. I targeted the wrong system. Hold on, let me try that again. Helps actually go where we're at. That'd be useful.
4, 3, 2.
All right, let's try this again. All right. There we go. Try that again. All right. So now the fleet carrier will be jumping in.
Are you like sending it commands through some sort of interface? Like, is there like a management element to it?
Yeah, once you purchase a fleet carrier, you get like a completely new like HUD display that you can use it to manage it. You can set up the economy, that you can set up what buy or sell. You can set up the navigation stuff where you want it to jump. You get a whole bunch of just extra tools for that kind of thing.
Nice.
Now another thing too. I mean, this is something that a lot of people are they're not used to my stream doing this, but I actually use a lot of a program called Voice Attack. So I actually have a bunch of voice activated commands.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I'm actually uncharacteristically silent when it comes to that part. Usually I'm like continuously talking to my PC, and my PC's like answering me, and
so what sort of things can you tell it?
Kind of stuff. Like as an example, I can sit there and I can ask it what is here, and it will actually use Windows text-to-speech to actually tell me what is in system. If there's something that someone has found in the past, it'll let me know. If you like, as an example, you got chat open right now, right, in the game. I can use the command location of Thargoid Site 10, and it will now actually type in chat the coordinates and the planet and everything, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So
it's like some crazy advanced voice-activated macros. Is that what
exactly? And it's tied into like Google documents. So whenever something new and cool is found, I enter the information to a Google document, and then Voice Attack then reads it, and then it allows me to really quickly. Again, I am a VR player, so I initially wrote that program so I never had to take the headset off.
Yeah.
Instead of actually having to type everything out, I use the voice command and have it type it out for me.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Definitely, that's the thing for me as well. Like when I was playing Elite in VR, like sometimes I'd have to take it off and look at my keyboard, and that always felt a bit like, God damn it! I wish I didn't. Like I've almost failed at playing in VR, because you're like, if I've got to take it off, then yeah. I used something called Game Glass for a little while as well. I don't know if you've heard of that, but that has its own Elite plugin, and it basically allows you to do quite a few functions on your ship with touch commands on like a tablet, like an iPad or a phone or something like that. And so how that works is you run a client on your PC, and it does the same thing. It essentially inputs key commands into the game when it receives a signal from the app that you run on your phone or tablet. And so you press a button for like, hey, engage Super Cruise, and it will tell that to the client app on your computer, which will then input the correct key binding on Elite. And it's quite, essentially what it's doing is quite simple. It's just the ease of doing it's quite nice. And it's almost a bit like, flying a Star Trek ship, because you've got like a touch screen to do it with, like that's kind of fun. I do love touch screens, even though they're completely impractical for flying anything.
So real quick, I'm gonna pretty much.
What are you doing? You juggling?
I'm just dropping
plates?
out and dropping in to get the.
Cut out a little bit there. Don't worry about talking to me if you're having to focus on something, by the way. You do you.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. And I know there's a lot of people in my chat asking me questions right now. I will get to those answers, but I'm just trying to. We'll start doing all the question and stuff when we're done with this stream here today.
Thank you to everybody in your stream that's being patient with me as well, and you, because I know that you're a bit more of a higher echelon of player, and so I'm flying around. Like,
I know a lot of people are a little bit kind of wondering like why I'm not answering anybody, and it's just it's just a little bit. A lot of times we actually have the squirrel moments where we'll go and we'll discuss some other crazy thing, and I get distracted a lot. My stream bounces around to all my different interests. So we'll be talking about Elite one moment. Next thing we're talking about 3D printing. Next moment we're talking about cars, and now we're doing some kind of technical discussion. It's crazy sometimes.
Sounds good. They sound like all sound like interesting things, at least.
Yeah, it can be quite insane sometimes. Okay, I am trying to find where this fleet carrier is jumping into. It's not showing up here. And I've actually got a pirate coming after me because I still have some of the Thargoid materials in my cargo hold.
Just to make things a bit more complicated.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Half expecting them to pull me out of hyperspace here in a second.
So, Malic, your Twitch channel, is it just Malic VR?
It's Malic_VR.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so if anyone's interested...
Had to have that space in there, yeah.
Interested in watching some more Elite that isn't necessarily as newbie as me, then yeah, Malic_VR. I actually came across your channel like a little while back, actually, a good while back, and you were doing SRV stuff with Thargoids, I remember. And I was like, what is this? Yeah. I haven't seen this part of Elite before. Yeah, chat, like, yeah, you don't have to have a flight stick to play this game. Like, plenty of people actually find mouse and keyboard fine. Personally, I think Xbox controllers work as well. I can imagine it's probably a bit easier to drive an SRV without a flight stick. Yeah, I've used VR before, chat, like, yeah, loads of times. I'm actually quite interested in the tech. We've at least had hands-on with each of the big VR headsets that have come out since, I guess the first one we had was the hell's it called? Not the Oculus Rift, the other one. Steam VR, or whatever they called it back then. But yeah, I like it. The Vive, thank you everybody. It was the Vive. We've got some Rift S's in the office, which are great, really good all-rounders. I think Malic is probably talking to somebody else or dealing with something rather than... Malic, you still here? I'm going to presume he's probably talking to someone and muted himself or something.
Hello?
Hey.
Okay, I think I might have actually pushed the key and disabled Discord. That's my fault.
That's fine. I was just chatting to people in my chat anyway. Have you dropped out?
No, I'm back in system. I'm heading back your way. We still have about... Let me pull this up real fast. We have about 8 minutes before the ship arrives and plenty of time. So Sweet. We'll get there. But yeah, I was answering your question too. You were asking what headset, and I was like, Vive, and he was like, he's not
Sorry.
hearing me.
Shit.
No, it's my fault. Again, I usually don't do a lot of Discord stuff, so I was like rushing trying to find new keybinds to be able to mute and unmute, and I'm accidentally hitting them, and I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't use those keybinds. I need to change something for next time.
Oh man, yeah. The more you get into streaming and like the more complicated setups you get, it's like it's worth it. It's worth it for the end result of how complicated this all is. But yeah, we've been setting up some stuff from home because we usually stream from the office, and obviously the last 6 months we've been at home. And man, yeah, just like routing audio and stuff because we stream normally as a 3. Like I'm one part of 3-man channel essentially.
Right.
So separating out for recording, but then also Discord, but then also enabling you to record separate channels, like audio especially, I think it's really complicated and can go wrong very easily as well without
Very much, yes.
like
I actually had to like revert my Windows because one of the Windows updates messed up all my audio stuff the other week.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Bloody Windows updates.
Now with this, if you start coming over to where I am right now, I'll be at the location here in just a moment.
Okay.
So you can start coming into where I am, and then just pretty much target where I am and then drop in on it.
Okay. Just above the ring here, is it? Is your wing beacon still on? You may have muted it again. You may have muted yourself again, Malic. It'll be fine. Hello? He has muted himself again. Whatever button he's using to drop out is probably muted him on Discord or something. Lol. Yeah, I'm not sure whether we're going to cover it tonight or not. We'll see. Hello? Okay. Right, you are. So yeah, going forward, streams each month will hopefully have a bit of a focus like this. So like next time we might get a different elite celebrity, I'm going to call Malic, to...
I did it again. I muted
back?
my
Yeah,
Discord.
that's fine. That's fine.
Sorry. But yeah, if you start coming to where I am, and drop in on me. Yeah, I don't know when I cut my Discord off again. I keep forgetting I'm pushing the wrong buttons.
That's okay. There's no problem at all. Yeah, I see you. I'm like 0.10 light seconds out.
Awesome. Yes, fleet carrier should be arriving in about 4 minutes.
Excellent. So fleet carriers, chat, in case you don't know what they are basically player-controlled stations. I don't know whether you'd classify them as that, man, but that's what it seems like. So you can dock on them, you can trade on them, you can then jump around the galaxy attached to them, which is I quite like. So you and a bunch of people could get onto that carrier, and then that carrier has a very big jump range, so it'll oh, hold on, I need to disengage there we go.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different like community groups in Elite. One of the most well-known ones for example, are the Fuel Rats.
Mm-hmm.
The Fuel Rats are just a group of people. They're across PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and if you run out of fuel, you go to their website, you tell them, hey, this is where I'm at, and they will dispatch someone to go help you refuel your ship. There was actually a big recovery mission. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but there was a commander looking to try to get the furthest point away from Earth and ran out of fuel out there, and they actually mounted a big rescue with multiple ships and daisy-chained their fuel tanks together and actually recovered the guy, and it was...
I mean, that's where the fun
really,
comes
really
from,
big
right?
event.
Like, making your own fun like that is like... It is pretty good. It's pretty fun. I'm stuck on trying to jump out at the moment. I don't know if that's like lag or a connection problem or something.
Okay.
Any tips? Should I reconnect or something? It's currently doing the slowing down from Super Cruise.
Okay. If you need to, yeah, you might need to exit out and then log back in. The problem, if you need to exit out, log back in, I'll actually invite you into multi-crew, so you'll be in my second seat, so you can still see the ship when it arrives.
Cool. All right, I will do that. I've got to kill the app, I think.
Okay. All right, I'm going to drop the wing, and then I'll get you... Just let me know when you're back in the private group again.
Yeah, just rebooting. Okay, I'm just coming in the main menu now. So you can invite me from the main menu, right? If I just go into...
No, you still have to get into the private group.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is the bad thing about the fleet carriers. Once you plot the jump, I can cancel it, but then you have to wait another 15 minutes before it can jump in again, so it takes a little bit. And right now we're at 1 minute 39.
Okay,
so
we'll be okay. We'll be okay. So I'm still
trying to get in here.
I'm still in the group as far as I can tell.
Okay.
Now, should I load into the private?
Yeah, just back into the private group
sessions.
Yeah.
Yep. Connect to private group session. Loading in. Okay, I'm in.
Okay. Let me. Here we go. Oh, what is it doing? No, hold on. I apologize.
It's okay.
Let me cancel that.
You didn't need
That's
voice
my
comms.
fault.
Yeah.
No, did not. Okay, here. Just get. Okay, so I'm sending you an invite to bring in. So you just need to accept it.
Yep, accepted.
Okay, awesome. So you should be showing up in my. You should be showing up in my passenger seat here in a moment.
Yep.
Just in time. There's 40 seconds left. So, do you happen to know? Does anybody happen to know the default button for external camera or anything like that? If you want to try going to external camera, or if I can just keep the view pointed forward as the thing jumps in. So it's going to be happening here in just a moment.
I'm quickly just going to free camera to see if I could.
We have 15 seconds. Here we go.
Oh man, okay, I'm going to get out of this menu.
Control Alt spaces.
Not for me, it's not.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh wow, here it comes. What is that sound? Is that the weird witch space sound?
That kind of, yeah. Like this ship is so big, it literally just ripped a hole in witch space and came in.
Okay, let's get close to this thing. Sorry, it was a bit dark, guys. It's space.
Yeah.
So this is your squadrons, I presume.
Yep. This is well. The fleet carriers can be purchased per
player
person.
specific. Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Right, and then you can assign them. Like if you're in a squadron, you can set that carrier to be able to be used by only your squadron or by everybody, or just limit it to yourself. I mean, it's got a whole bunch of different options for that kind of thing.
Apparently, somebody in my chat was here. They're in the area in open play and nearly got flattened when the fleet carrier came through.
Okay.
Man, those
and that
engines
is
look amazing.
That is kind of a, yeah. There is kind of a little bit of an interesting thing with that too. Is the fleet carrier will show up in open, solo, and private group. So anybody can use them across any mode. So it's kind of an interesting thing.
Do you get a percentage of
Group,
sales, like in terms of?
You can, yeah, all the management stuff. You've got all that kind of thing to what is it called, to set what kind of percentages and everything like that. Yes.
Landing gear deployed.
How much does it cost to do a jump in this? Because I know it uses a special kind of fuel, right?
It uses the fuel. The fuel changes depending on how far of a jump you do. But then also at the end of the week, for every jump you did, it costs 100,000 credits per jump. So there's like a maintenance fee per week.
Right.
So if I do 10 jumps, that's 1 million credits worth of maintenance for that week.
And will you make that back from like trade revenue and things like that, or not? Do you have to still go out and make some money?
Some people do enough of the economy thing to make a profit off of it. Myself, I enjoy doing the mining thing. I'm not super worried about because usually my fleet carrier tends to stay in Thargoid areas, so it's just like a central base. It doesn't really move much. It just has the facilities so you can repair and everything like that. But mine's not jumping as much as other people's are.
Ship has released. You are clear to leave.
Flight assist off. Landing gear retracted.
But now with this next part, we have about 15 minutes left on the stream, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to get your ship again and then meet me at this neutron star, or did you want to just?
Let's have a look at the neutron star. Let's do it. Or as what you can fly us there. No, I'll follow you.
Okay.
How the heck do I get out of this now?
So with this, what I'll do is I'll just kick you out of the seat, and then you can go back to your ship.
Cool.
And then I'll bring the crew back. So there we go. All right, so there's that. And then I will, as soon as it detects that you're back inside the squadron, or not, I'm sorry, the private group, I'll send you an invite for the wing again.
Okay, I'm back in my cockpit.
Okay, let me get this thing. For some reason, it's saying that you're still in open play. I don't know why it's saying that. There it is. Okay, so let's do wing again.
Okay.
Awesome. Turn my wing beacon back on. And we're going to be going to a system called 98K Tari. So should be able to see me on the map, because I think it's only a couple jumps away. Yeah, it's 2 jumps away from me. It might be 3 jumps away from you, but it's spelled 98 space K and then Tari, which is spelled Tauri.
Okay, just give me one sec. So this is another system, is it? Over a couple of systems? Or is it within this galaxy? It's not within this galaxy, is it? It's within this system. Oh, we've lost him again. Let's see if I can work out.
Hello?
Hello.
I did it again. I really need to rebind that key.
Sorry, what was the...
okay, yeah.
I'm just searching in my map for it again. Can you just give me the 9?
Yeah, system will be 98 space K space Tari, and then Tauri.
Okay.
It's not that far away, to be honest. So it's just be a couple jumps over. Now, the thing that makes 98K Tari of interest to people is... in the bubble itself, there are 2 neutron stars. One is a very well-known one called Jackson's Lighthouse. That one, the primary star, is a neutron star. The second neutron star in the bubble is a system called, and let me make sure I'm spelling this properly, Beta Scorp. I can't pronounce it. It's SCULPTORIS. It has a neutron, but it's the secondary star. The thing that makes 98K Tari interesting is that it's a hyperneutron. This neutron star is spinning incredibly fast. So it's the closest hyperneutron to the bubble. So when you see it, you'll understand why it's called a hyperneutron. It's one of those stars that if you can't deal with flashing lights, you might actually want to look away for this portion of the stream, because it is pretty insane.
Fair enough. Yeah, if you're epileptic, do not watch this. for the time being.
Yeah.
Right, I'm about to try and start the jump.
But yeah, the system that I'm in right now, you should be able to see my. Actually, okay. Yeah, you should be able to see my wing marker on the system. Just make sure you're doing the plot course rather than just the select the system target thing.
Yep. Yeah, I think I've
And
got
then
a
just
route that's good to
make
go.
your way over here.
I think it's 5 jumps, but it shouldn't take too long.
Okay. But yeah, one of the problems, and I have this happen regularly on the stream, is in virtual reality. Sometimes when you enter a system with a binary star, when you fly through the star in virtual reality, it feels like you're just having this giant thing thrown at you. I mean, in real life, if you've got someone across from you and they're holding a basketball, and you know that they're about to throw the basketball at you, you're still going to flinch no matter what, right? Well, imagine that in VR where just a star flies at you. Like I tend to shriek quite a bit when it happens.
Well, I'm glad it's immersive enough to provoke that reaction, I suppose.
Yeah.
Shrieking.
Pretty much.
I tend to do that when I'm about to plunge into a star. So this is a hyperneutron, you said, right? Is it actually called a hyperneutron?
Yeah. No, it's just a,
or is
a
that
term
community
kind of coined
name?
by. Yeah, it's the community name. It's spinning so rapidly. Think about it like this: when you have a figure skater, and the figure skater does that thing where they tuck in and they conservation of momentum and they speed up, right? Well, you're talking about something the size of a person tucking in and they get that much more speed. Well, imagine what happens when you have something the mass of a star and then you have it tuck in to the size of Manhattan. It spins really rapidly. I mean, these neutron stars are so much mass that it's compacted where the atoms physically can't get any closer, but not enough mass to quite become a black hole, right? I mean, they're spinning thousands of times a second. And again, the more massive a solar system, that's where you tend to get these hyperneutrons where they're just spinning so rapidly that it just looks like this insanely crazy cone. And again, like I said, you'll see it when you jump in here, because this neutron star is like the secondary star in the system, and it's like the primary and secondary star are like really close to each other. There might even be the chance, depending on which direction you're arriving in, you might actually fly through the neutron on entry.
Well, I'm very excited. This sounds crazy.
Don't be afraid of it. It won't damage you. It won't drop you out. The Frontier did make it a little bit of a safety thing, so you will kind of pass through it.
Oh yeah.
After you get in here, then I'm going to show you the proper way of flying through the cone to kind of supercharge the frameshift drive and get your 4x multiplier on the jump range.
Excellent, thank you.
But yeah, using neutrons, once you kind of learn how to use them safely and not crash into the exclusion zone, they become a very useful way of just getting around places that much faster. Because that 4x multiplier, it adds up. It used to be that, again, people took days to go across the galaxy, and now people are speed running it in 6 to 8 hours. Because of these neutron stars and having these extremely high jump range and engineering and all that kind of stuff. So very interesting kind of mechanic that they added a few years back.
For sure, especially with a game that's based so much on distance as well. Oh wow, here we go.
Yep.
I'm here.
There you go.
Okay.
So yeah, if you turn around, you should be able to see this neutron star here in a moment.
Okay. Shall I stay in Super Cruise?
Yes. That is one thing you never want to drop into normal space while inside the cone. It will rip your ship apart. Do not go into normal space. Always stay in Super Cruise.
Okay, I'm just lining. I think I'm going a bit quick. Oh my goodness. Okay, I can see it. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, again, like I said, that's the reason why they call them hyperneutrons.
What?
They are quite insane. Now, Just be very careful with it because you don't want to go at it. There is still an exclusion zone, just like a normal star has.
Okay.
The general way that I do it, and you might be able to see my icon now. I tend to go right towards the edge of the cone, and I try to face away. But once you enter the cone, it will start kind of throwing the ship around. But you just kind of sit in the very edge of the cone until your fuel scoop picks up, I guess, the particles that supercharges the drive. But I try to get towards as far into the edge as possible, so it doesn't throw you around too much, and try to avoid going towards the star itself. Kind of always steer away from it if possible.
Yep. Okay. I can see you. I'm only a couple light seconds away.
Okay.
Man, I got a bit close to it then. It's saying my frame ship drive is operating beyond safety limits, which is a bit scary.
Yep. So yeah, you're in the cone. Again, like I said, the further away from the star, but as long as you're in the cone, the less it throws you around. So that's where I tend to recommend to people teaching them how to do this is try to go towards the very edge of the cone rather than the just kind of like skim the very, very edge of
so
it.
how would I then use...
You can throttle down to...
How do I use this to multiply my speed?
Next to nothing.
Yeah, I am sad pretty much.
Say that
nothing.
one more time.
How do I use this now to multiply my distance or speed? Like the full
So
time?
once you get the notification in the upper right corner on your info screen saying frameshift drive supercharged, at that point, when you look over at your ship, your panel on the right side, your jump range will be increased 4 times, and then you can plot a course 4 times your normal distance.
Supercharged.
So
there we go. I've supercharged it.
Awesome,
so can I then?
So,
can I leave this like cone and then plot the supercharged jump, or do I need to?
Yep. That's what you want to do. You don't have to be in the cone to actually do the plotting.
I got you.
But now, if you check your right-hand screen and look under ship, and you go to the bottom tab statistics, it'll actually display what your current jump range is with that supercharge.
Oh wow,
which should be a much higher number.
69.48. Wow,
Nice.
That's great. Well, I mean, for me, that's crazy. My unladen 77. I think the stock on this currently is about 20 at most.
Yeah.
So 69.48. That's pretty nuts. We actually need to wrap up. So is there a good place to jump to, do you think? Like, should we have a quick look?
We can try. I don't know if you said 60 light year jump range. I'm not really sure.
I mean, I can just go dock somewhere.
You can do. If you want to dock, the Delphi system would be the one that you started off the stream in. So the Oracle at Delphi pretty much is what you want to be looking for. So Delphi, DELPHI.
Okay. Delphi, I see it. It's 116. So I only get one of these jumps, right? At
Right.
this supercharged level. Okay. But it's going to take me a lot less time. Okay, so it's saying frame shift jump exceeds drive fuel use of 8 tons. Is that just a setting I need to change
so
when applying?
I think you just selected the system directly. You need to do the plotting, of course. It's the second option over on the when you have the system targeted.
Why can't I target it and plot a route to it?
Like sometimes you can select a system that's well beyond your actual jump range, but plotting, of course, actually does it plots out. Oh, you can only go 20 light years, so it goes 20 light year jump, 20 light year jump, 20 light year jump.
Right. Okay.
For example, I could target a system on the other side of the galaxy and see where it is, but I can't actually make that total jump, if that makes sense.
I get you. So at the moment, it's only plotted me a 15 light year jump because that's what I'm usually capable of. So I need to actually use jet cone boost. Is that what I want to use? What's that?
Yeah, you should be able to use that one. Yes.
Okay.
That should hopefully plot you
a better route.
Yeah. If need be, you can also just kind of manually count 4 jumps, find that 4th system on the route that it plots, and then manually target that one instead, and then make that single big jump.
Okay.
That's another option of doing as well. I'm sorry, or yeah, have the option for FSD boost. That's another thing too.
Okay, I've set that up to level 3.
Okay.
You plot every. Okay, well, I need to wrap up. You guys know what a 60 light year jump probably would be. It means I skip stars to get somewhere. But yeah, we need to finish. Malic, you've been unbelievably helpful. Thank you so much.
No problem, dude.
In just giving us your knowledge and being this galactic tour guide. Again, if you guys want to check Malic out, it's Malic_VR on Twitch. He does lots of interesting things with a VR twist, which usually means you get a better look at stuff, I find. When somebody's using VR to actually turn their head rather than using in-game cameras, it's just a bit more. You get to look at things better. But yeah, thanks again, man. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We will be doing...
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man. We will be doing more of these. There'll be another one next month. We'll let you know when that's coming out. And I'm sure we'll be looking at a different thing again, new and interesting stuff. But yeah, thank you again, Malic, and thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you all next time.